Hey, welcome to the Nameless Blog. I'm your boy, Dr. Kyle Berkeley, aka Kyle S. Berkeley, aka KB. I'm out here at the playground. Happy Easter Monday, happy Resurrection Sunday, happy Ramadan, happy Passover, and whatever else you believe in and you worship during the season, happy that too. And if you don't, happy that too. I have been missing you guys for a while. I have been recording them. I'm actually going to attach the other ones to this one, the other Nameless Blogs, because I am trying to make it a point to keep creating new content. It has been a wonderful book tour thus far. We have been to Massachusetts, over in Chicopee at the Gilbert's Coffee Shop. Thank you all for having me. We have been at Howard University in DC, the Mecca, and that was a wonderful experience. Thank you all for having me. And we have been to Trenton, which New Jersey. Sorry, my bad. North New Jersey. Sorry, there was some new dates that's going to be added to the tour. I spoke a little bit early just now, but we was in North New Jersey this past weekend. That was a wonderful experience. Thank you to North, the whole city, and thank you to the Source of Knowledge bookstore. Oh my gosh, if you're in the Jersey area, and you have a chance, please check out that bookstore. They are doing it's next level. Oh my gosh, we need more bookstores like that in this country. It was an amazing experience, amazing host, and some amazing events that's going on there. This week they actually have a Fantasia present, but last week, the week I was there, they had When She Speaks going on, and there was a boxing match event going on up there as well. So had some traffic from there, but the When She Speaks, oh my gosh, the stories that were told were just amazing and heartfelt and powerful. I was so glad to be a part of that. And I'm pushing Shasha right now. I'll come over. And for those that don't know, thank you, Savannah. For those that don't know, I am out with my girls right now at the park and we're having fun on this one. So that's what's going on. And I'm really, really excited about what's been going on with The Void, the responses I'm getting. I just received a 9 out of 10 star rating from a real big reviewer. I posted it on my Facebook, Instagram, and I think I posted on Twitter. I'll post on TikTok later. For those that want to follow me, it's at Berkeley for Us. And it's really cool. I'm really pumped about the direction things are going. And the legacy will be out on May 1st. I'm really excited about that. That's the first complete release on Bold Print Publishing. Originally, for those that don't know, The Void was originally released on Lift Bridge Publishing. And for touring reasons, we had to change the distribution. And because we had to change the distribution, we had to change the publisher. So we changed it from Lift Bridge to Bold Print. But great news. You can still get The Void that was published on Lift Bridge at some locations still. So thank you to Ashley and the good folks at Lift Bridge for everything they've done to help with everything. And again, it's been phenomenal. Critically acclaimed book right now. And we're just going to keep powering forward. I'm really looking forward to continuing to promote this and then start the promotion of the legacy. I'm really looking forward to how everybody enjoys the continuation of the story, especially continuing the Hakeem, Tiffany, and Jamar story and watching that grow and watching the dynamic between Tiffany and her kids, that dynamic growing. I'm going to go ahead and get this out the way early because I do know it's going to come up from somebody that's following the story. Sasha and Gina aren't in the legacy. The reason why I purposely didn't put them in is there's so much more story, and the community is also a character, just like in the wake, how the community was a character, in the void, the community is a character. The community continues to be a character. Rizzy Square, the community, continues to be a character in this series, and making the community a character means I don't want to overflood with too many characters. So you have people like AFK, the action figure killer, who is one of the antagonists. You can call them that. I will say foil, but an antagonist, but more so a foil. But more of a foil to the community instead of to Tiffany. You have Roland Wise and oh my goodness, I'm blanking on my other antagonist's name at the moment. But you have two other antagonists that are really running shotgun on the story, right? And telling that story and how they impact the community. And then you have a return of Erica Little in the story. And she's definitely going to be taking a front center place in the story from this point forward. Just like how she had a real good prominent point or place in the wake, she is definitely going to have more of a prominent place from the legacy going forward, just because you're going to start to get a lot of things rolled back in the community going forward. And it's an awesome build, and it's an awesome build to, I think, a very satisfying end once you get to transition. But not just that, the whole story of AFK, I would say read the Void first, because by the time you get to the Void, you see where my writer's voice really kicks in and how I'm able to build from there. And then if you haven't read the Wake, read the Wake after you read the Void. Because when you get to the Legacy, you'll see who AFK is, and you see how he's been around all along and you just didn't know it. And you'll see what has been going on and what his end game has been from the beginning. There, it's been Easter egg day, and AFK takes center stage, and then you'll may have an idea of where I'm going at. The series is not just the story of Tiffany, but it's evolved. It's constantly evolving. It's Tiffany's story, it's Hakeem's story, it's Jamar's story, and it's Tiffany's kids' story. Daisha, Darren, RJ, and Trinity. So you really get to see in Legacy how it's all of their story and how this community impacts them and how a lot of events impact them. So you see how a serial killer in the community impacts them, and how sadly the public views serial killers in urban communities versus everywhere else. Like in real life, you had BTK, you had the co-ed killer Ed Kemper, you had the Green River killer, you had the different highway killers. What's my guy name? Lee Malvo and John Muhammad in real life. So you have all these killers, but how often do you have serial killers in urban communities and nobody really bats an eye? Aside from, I would say Wayne. What's Wayne's last name? The Atlanta monster. I'm blanking on his last name. But aside from that, and I really wanted to, tell a story. And I kind of pulled I always pull from real events. So I pulled from one real event, which happened years ago, many years ago, the Bunny Night Killer. I pulled from BTK a little bit of his story, and I pulled from the Lee Malvo, John Muhammad, little tidbits from interviews and excerpts that they were in audiobooks. I pulled from there, and then there was the story of a mannequin killer that was here in Maryland in the past. I pulled from that to build the AFK story, and just continue a storyline based off of real events, but fictitious tellings, and just really building Tiffany. And I love the idea of doing these crime dramas in the urban community because I could talk about issues that surround the community while also adding other elements to keep you intrigued and make you really want to continue to turn the page to the next page. I don't want you to put these books down. And also had to learn what my audience is, right? So my audience is is an awesome audience and it's continuing to grow. Um, but one of the things about it is I have realized I like writing for people who don't read. The reason why is I want to continue growing my audience. Savannah can help you. Savannah, help her, please. Okay, Sage, let Savannah help you. Okay, here I come.
I'm dumb.
Be nice. All right, hold on. All right, bend your legs back. Here we go. Okay. Oh. And there you go. Oh. Yeah. So I like writing for people who don't read historically because you gotta hold on tight. So when you write for people who don't read, you want to keep their imagination and keep their attention, and hopefully you create a new fan for life. And you have to create something that makes them want to come back, makes them want to talk about it. You want to create something that's water cooler talk, and that's why I try to write at an idea of keeping that dopamine going. Like I'm keeping those pleasure cells in your brain going, and making you want to go, hey, I can't put it down yet. Let's go to the next page. Let's go one more chapter. And then we get to the end of that chapter, like, all right, one more chapter, right? Make you almost want to binge read the book. And then when you reach the end, you're like, all right, when's the next one coming out? What's the next one? All right. So I read The Void. The next one's The Legacy. When's The Legacy come out? Oh, great. It's coming out May 1st. Well, what can I do until then? Oh, he got this book called The Wake. Let's read that. And you read The Wake, like, oh man, it's cool. Oh, this is cool. This is how this started here. This is where this problem began. And I think The Wake serves as a great bridge as far as that for people who come in on The Void or come in on The Legacy and they want to get that prequel of what was the community like before Tiffany had this house, and getting a little backstory on people like Erica Little. Meanwhile, you're adding in other details. So you're adding in stuff like the Narcotics and Firearms Task Force, and you're adding in details like the Alphas and the Cabal, or you're adding in details like the Flamingo Club, which by the time you get to the Legacy, they're mentioned in The Void, but by the time you get to the Legacy, you get a little bit more education on them. And then by the time you get to the Union, you're going to really start to see them take front and center stage. The Union is really going to focus a lot on Hakeem's upbringing and where he came from, him and Jamar. The Void does a real good job at setting that table. The Legacy is going to do a real good job at continuing in that same thread. And when you get to the Union, you'll definitely see, all right, cool. This is why he went the way he went with Donald Avery in The Wake. Like, this is why he was there. This is why in The Void he's at where he's at. And this is why him and Jamar was at opposite ends of things in The Void. So, you want to build, and character development is a very big part. Just like Tiffany overcoming a lot of the trauma of her father that you start off with, that you get at the beginning. Well, throughout The Wake, you understand and you see the trauma pieces she had from her father. And in The Void, it continues, and it's like really diving into her psyche and what has that trauma done to her. And you get to see the whole what's going on in the basement and how she's processing that. And then Legacy, you see how that grows. And then by the time you get to the Union, we'll talk about the Union when we get to the Union, which I'm hoping will be out by the end of this year or early next year. I am not rushing writing process on the Union. I definitely want to enjoy it, and because I want to take my time for the story. It's a bug on you? Where's it at? Where is it at? Okay. I see it. There it is. My daughter has a bug on her. It's gone now. Yeah, but back to what I was saying, you definitely want to get to a place where you can build that story, and you're doing character development. So like Tiffany, her character development is important. Darren's character development is important and very crucial to the story. Tiffany's oldest son. Daisha, RJ, and Trinity, their character development are important. And you start to see what's going on with their character development and the legacy. And you start to see like, okay, and that whole building process. So I'm really looking forward. I'm so grateful for this tour and where things are going. I'm looking forward to going to Philadelphia in 2 weeks. I can't wait to see my Philadelphia peoples. If I'm blowing up your timelines, my bad. But if you have purchased a copy of The Wake or The Void, I'm encouraging you, please reach out, talk about it. You know, you can talk to me about it. I love it. Hit me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Okay. No, I didn't bring any, so we'll have to stop and get some. And I'll see you guys soon. And like I said, I'm gonna attach the other video from that shot in Springfield, Massachusetts, when I was up there for that at the Good Works coffee shop. Shouts out to Victor. And I'm also going to put the trailer. I'm actually, when I get done this, I'm going to think about how I'm going to edit this, because I might put the trailer for The Void at the beginning of this and put the trailer for The Legacy. It's the teaser trailer. There's another finalized trailer that's being worked on right now and you'll see that when it's out. So the teaser trailer is out, and check it out. It's on YouTube. I think it's a pretty cool trailer. And audiobooks are going to be a real thing very soon. We're going to get back to recording now that we're back into the swing of things. The East Coast tour is almost over. I am definitely looking forward to the West Coast and possibly the Midwest tour. I know Chicago's definitely on the docket right now. And I think LA is definitely down. And we got to get back to talking to Seattle. And, that's another thing that I wanted to mention. There's some additional tour dates that's going to be added for the East Coast tour. There's some conversation about Florida, more conversation about Georgia, and I might be back in Jersey, and I will be in Connecticut. I just got to have the dates finalized. There's a lot of conversation around that. And there's going to be a couple of dates in Maryland, my hometown, Baltimore. So I know that there's going to be one date right now in June. I got double checked with Sherry and Wright. Shouts out to the Baltimore scene. And I got double checked. He texted me. We wrote each other back and forth last night. And I just got to double check before I make it public about that date. And the date in Connecticut, it's an expo that I'm being asked to be at, and I just want to finalize that as well. So I'll keep you all posted. Thank you all for rocking with me. Have a great one. And next week we're gonna talk a little bit more about some other things. Definitely want to talk about the Jonathan Majors piece, what was going on with that, and how that may affect Marvel. I definitely want to talk about the Ravens because I love my Ravens. Hopefully we can get a deal with Lamar soon. I'm glad that we have Odell Beckham Jr. That does make me happy, but it does. I have some feelings about that. One of them being, I think that might be a good bargaining chip. Like, hey, look, see, we're going all in on you. Going with us. Here's the deal that's on the table. So we'll see what happens. You know, I'm excited about it. No matter what, I'm a Ravens fan. No matter what, it's my team. Lamar's my dude. Wherever he goes at, hopefully he stays here. But no matter where he goes, Lamar's my dude. And that's it. Peace.
Let's go.